feel like lately every time I make a video, I look a mess. But let's get down to the reason of why you came to watch this video. As many of you have seen on my Instagram stories, yes, I was hospitalized. Yes, I had a surgery. I've gotten questions like, did you get lipo? Did you get your boobs done? I did not get cosmetic surgery. I did not get plastic surgery. I didn't tell everyone what I got surgery for because you know I'm very open about what happens in my life and whatever. I have this YouTube channel as like my blog. But I wanted my privacy for those days. Only my close friends and my family, they're the ones that knew what was going on. And if I was talking to you and like just telling you like, yeah, whatever, I told you to. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you why I went to the hospital and why I got surgery. Meanwhile, I eat my Jell-O because I have to eat something. So, I just got back from the hospital. Yes, Mom.
Tengo que devolver plata, todo sapi, como
Okay.
120 dólares. Aquí estaba tu papá, el policía, él creía que me lo iban a agarrar y su cara le dije así. Dos, no dos. Así.
Anyways, I can't laugh. Mom, I can't laugh. It hurts. So, about a year, I want to say about a year ago, I started experiencing abdominal pains, like right here. I remember it was always at nighttime. It was so weird because it would happen like at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, right here. It was like a really sharp pain, and it felt like, I'm gonna describe it how it felt to me. It felt like a sharp pain with bubbles around it. So I guess like a gas with sharp pains. I was throwing up. I couldn't breathe because I felt like every time I would breathe, I would feel the pain here and I wanted to throw up. So I went to the hospital. I was there overnight. I did not get admitted that time, but I did get pumped up with morphine, which like alleviated the pain immediately. But it didn't really matter that they got rid of the pain because there was no, like, they didn't know what it was. They were just like, oh, you might have gastritis, whatever. Like, stop eating bad fatty foods, fried foods, just go home, you're fine, just stop eating this. I was like, all right, whatever, it is what it is. I would have those pains like in between that year until now, but it wasn't as strong as it was that first time. It would just be like an acid feeling, and I would be like, all right, maybe I ate something bad. So 4 or 5 days ago, I started feeling the pain again, the same exact pain that I felt that first time a year ago, and I was like, oh no, like, why is this happening? I need to go to the doctor. Unfortunately, with the insurance that I had, or that I have, I'm only allowed, okay, I'll explain the insurance. I have insurance through my mom, and she works for a union, and they have their own clinic, their own facility. So from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., which is their hours of operation, I can only go there. Now, if I start feeling sick or whatever after the hours or before the hours that they're open, I can go to the hospital. Only one hospital, that's Flushing Hospital, the one I was just in. So 4 or 5 days ago, I started feeling the pain. I was like, all right, I gotta go to the clinic because I can't go to the hospital. They won't cover that. So I had to go to the clinic. They said the same thing, when you probably have gastritis, you have to see a gastrologist. They scheduled me for what did they schedule me for? Endoscopy. They were like, you're probably eating fatty foods, blah, blah, blah. They said, we're gonna give you a Tylenol. I'm like, a Tylenol? Like, I'm dying in pain right now. Oh, you'll feel better. They gave me all these pills for like ulcers and blah, blah, blah. Went home. The pain started happening again, but this time it was at 3 o'clock in the morning again. And I was like, nope, I'm going to the hospital. Like, this is not happening again. This is not gastritis. I didn't eat anything fatty or whatever. Like, it's not, this is bad. So I went to the hospital. They were like trying to figure out the same thing, like, oh, maybe you have gastritis. I was like, it's not gastritis. Like, just please check. It just hurts so bad. Like, I couldn't breathe. I was just like this the whole time. Like, I couldn't even sit straight. It was bad. So they were like, you know what? Your white cell count is high. So there's an infection somewhere. You gotta figure it out. So they did an ultrasound on my, let me see if I can show you. Hold on. I can't really get up because I got surgery here. Right here. They did the ultrasound. Let me sit my ass back down. So I did the ultrasound. Oh, that tastes really good. They did the ultrasound, and of course, you know, the ultrasound people don't tell you, oh, you have something. Like, my doctor came and he was like, so unfortunately we found a really, really, really big stone in your gallbladder, and there's no way that it's gonna come out by itself. So I'm gonna call surgery to come down here because you need to get a surgery. So I'm like freaking out, like, what? Like, this usually happens to people that are older than me, or I'm 23, mind you. Like, why is this happening? So I started crying, I started panicking, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The doctors there were so helpful and they're so nice. Even the nurses, they were like, listen, this happens all the time. It might not happen to you or your family all the time, but for us, we see this all the time. So it's normal. Not that it's normal, but it's very often. It's not rare. So you have nothing to worry about. We're just gonna have to remove your gallbladder. And I'm like, you're gonna remove a part of my body? I was not happy. I was not happy at all. So they were like, yeah, we're gonna admit you, so you're gonna go upstairs to your room now. We're gonna prepare you for surgery. It might be tonight, it might be tomorrow. We're not sure yet. So I think this when they told me, it was already like 12 o'clock p.m. So I was there from like 5 in the morning, and then finally at 12 they told me my results. So my mom was there with me and my little brother. My boo came to make sure I was okay. Yeah, I got admitted. I was upstairs, and the surgeon came and she was like, listen, let me draw this out for you. And she drew it out for me. Basically, she goes, this is your liver, and then down here is your gallbladder. So the gallbladder is storing the bile that your liver produces. Basically shares each other, and yada yada yada. I'm like here with anatomy and stuff, but she was like, basically, you've been eating too many fatty foods, too many fried foods, and this is what can happen if you eat too much of that. You have a really big stone that's blocking one of the little tubes that allows the bile to go through, and every time you eat and it's processing fatty foods, it's probably like what's getting stuck there, and it's creating a pain because it's not able to process it. So that's why you're getting these pains. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, is there any way I cannot get the surgery? And they were like, no, like, you have to get it done. And I'm like, all right, so what's gonna happen to me without a gallbladder? And they were like, it just produces it. I don't know, whatever. At that point, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just so concerned, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, like, freaking out. And they were like, your liver is still gonna produce the bile and everything it needs. It's still gonna produce it, but it's not gonna accept fatty foods as much as it would if you had the gallbladder. So you gotta change your diet. And that's one thing that I have not been doing, is watching what I eat. Like, I just fried. That's all I want, and that's so bad. It's a really bad habit of mine. And unfortunately, I guess I had to learn it the hard way. The next day, they were like, all right, we're gonna prep you for surgery. I'm like, whoa, I just woke up. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. My mom's not here. I'm freaking out. There's nobody here to help me and be here with me. They're like, yeah, we'll take your nail polish off. So I take my nail polish off. You know, you're gonna have to cleanse yourself with this wipe and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So I went to the bathroom and I'm cleaning myself. I'm taking the nail polish off, and they're like, we're here to take you for surgery. And I'm like, no, my mom is still not here and nobody's here, because they didn't tell us when the surgery was going to be. They were just like, it's going to be tomorrow. We don't know if it's this time, that time. They explained the procedure to me. They said they're going to make 4 little holes. in my stomach. I'm not going to show you that because that I'm not going to show. I'm private about my body parts. Just kidding, not all of them, but here, yes. So they said, one, we're going to put a camera through it, so we're going to be able to see like what's going on. Instead of just slicing you open all the way, we're just going to put a small camera. The other hole is so that we could blow up your belly so we can see more, and the other one is for the tools. The other two are for the tools that we need to remove your gallbladder. So I was like, fine. They're like, you know, each is going to be about 1 centimeter. The other one might be 1.5 centimeters, the incisions. So I was like, all right, as long as I don't have any bad scarring. I mean, I don't scar bad. Now I'm sitting on the bed and they're just like, all right, we're bringing you to the OR. I get to the OR and I'm like, oh my god, it just got real. Like, I thought I was dreaming the whole time, but I really wasn't. Oh my god, it's just so painful even to talk right now. But I'm gonna do it because I need to, like, they told me not to be lazy and be in bed. Like, just talk, exercise your lungs, because I was put under anesthesia. So my mom finally comes and she's like, I'm sorry. I try to get here as soon as I can. And I start crying. I'm like, oh, I just want to wake up alive. And I mean, you can't wake up dead, but like, I'm like, oh, I'm crying. Everybody was like, listen, you don't cry in the OR. It's gonna be okay. Like, this happens all the time. Like, don't worry about it. They were so nice to me. My surgeon, Dr. Louie, she was so sweet. She was like, listen, just pray. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. The nurse was holding my hand. So it was time to say bye. Go into the OR. And then I was like, more tears. And I started crying and crying and crying. And the surgeon goes, listen, you'll be fine. This is the anesthesiologist. I already had met her beforehand, but they're like, you know, just relax. You're gonna feel really relaxed. We're about to put a relaxer on you, and then you're gonna start to feel sleepy and you're gonna go to sleep. So my nurse is holding my hand, the surgeon is holding my hand, and I just like fall asleep. Then I remember waking up and I was just so sleepy. It was just, I don't know. And then if I started feeling a little bit of pain, and then they gave me morphine to just calm down. But after all that wore off, I'm not even gonna tell you like detail by detail, but after everything wore off, like right now, I feel like, you ever like sat like this for too long, or sat in a certain way where you feel like your rib is going into your liver, like that really weird pinching feeling. All right, that's how I feel right now, except it's a little bit stronger. And then in the middle of my stomach, I feel very like bloated, and like my stomach is like hanging on a bag. It sounds weird, it feels weird, but it's not as much pain as I had the first day that I was hospitalized or after the surgery. Those are like the most painful parts. I'm making this video because, you know, I know there's other people out there like me that have had this done, and I'm just giving you my experience with it. I was really terrified, I was scared, but I had nothing to worry about because it was a very simple surgery. My health was good. I'd rather get that taken out than having to deal with this or have like it get worse. I'm home now. Miley was like freaking out because she didn't know what was going on with me. She couldn't hug me, she couldn't get on the bed, she couldn't do anything, so she was like terrified. I felt so bad for the poor thing. So now I am on bed rest. I can't do anything for about a week, and then I can relax, but my incisions are going to heal fast, but the inside is not. So I can't, for about a month, I can't carry anything that's over 10 pounds. So there's no carrying Miley, there's no heavy lifting, I can't do anything, just focus on my eating, change my eating habits, and live a healthier lifestyle. It sucks that I had to go through this for me to realize, like, stop eating so bad. But you know, you only learn the hard way. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to resting because I am tired AF, and I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out to me, that emailed me, that messaged me, that texted me, that DM'd me, that called me, FaceTimed me, snapped me. Thank you. I really appreciate all your prayers. Everything went good. You know, your prayers really worked. Just thank you, my family, my friends, everybody, for being so concerned. Mom! My dad came and brought me balloons at the hospital. You can't see it. Oh, there it is. But honestly though, I feel like all that medication really like made my skin kind of glowy. But yeah, I had to be, I forgot to tell you guys that I had to be on a clear liquid diet for almost a day. So I didn't eat for 3 days because they wouldn't let me. And then when I finally got to eat, they gave me Jello and like water with like a block of like chicken broth. I don't know, you know those cubes that you just drop in there, and then like the Maggie cubes. Ow. The Maggie cubes they just drop and it creates a broth with the water. All right, basically one of those. And I had ice cream, an icy actually. And I swear to God, I've never been so happy to eat ever. Like tasting Jello, which I don't like the texture of Jello, it just made me like appreciate eating so much more. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye, and eat healthy because I don't want this to happen to you because it's so painful.